Hi guys, this is SC. So what we're going to do now is we're going to watch a scenario, law enforcement scenario, and then we're going to work on doing a simple narrative for this. So what we'll do right now is we'll watch the video first, and then we'll move on from there.
Hey, it's okay. What's going on? Hey, turn around. Okay, trying to find some place to sleep. Alright, so you need the lights. Alright. Hey, I just came here to lay down and get some sleep. You belong here, do you? You live here, work here? No, I'm homeless, man. Great. What? Start your people quick. You have weapons on you? No. Remember, I checked you, No, I just came in here to lay down. I'm homeless. It's cold outside. Door was open. Just came in. Okay, well, have a seat right here to figure out what's going on. You came in. Oh, really? My door's open, huh? So where'd you come in here, though? Where'd you come in from? It's cold outside, man. I just wanted to find a place to sleep. You weren't in here doing anything else? No. No? Just trying to sleep, man. That's why I was over here on the floor. How you doing, sir? I'm Garner. You know this place? Yes. We came to an alarm call. Came to the front door, it was open. We saw this gentleman sitting here on the floor. Do you know him?
No.
Never seen him? No. He has permission to be here?
No, of course not.
No? Why don't you walk around here, make sure everything's in place. Basically, anything's missing or out of order here. Dude, I just came in to come lay down. And just relax, and we're gonna figure it out. If that's the case, then we'll figure it out later.
And everything seems okay.
You sure he's back here? If you recognize anything, doors and nothing disturbed or anything out of place?
Actually, those VCRs and those cigarettes weren't there.
Where do they usually belong?
They're over here right behind the counter.
Is that right? So you came in here to get the cold, huh? Stand up.
Yeah.
Stand up. Put your hands behind your back. See what's going on here.
I got all my attorneys.
Okay, you can have your turn then. Come on, let's go outside.
All right guys, so what we'll do now is we'll start on the narrative. And get our whiteboard up. Running. All right. So if you remember, if you remember earlier, in the previous video, you talked about being the first person, in the first person. So let's say, start out here. I received a call to. If I looked in the video, it did give me the numbers of the address, which was 240, but it doesn't give us a street name, but that's okay. And we can add one of those in there. 40, let's say it's Thomas Lane. In reference to an alarm call actually, I would rather say to an alarm going off. All right, remember, there's no reason that you cannot go back and, change a word or some wording in your report to mirror or reflect better, the call, what you're trying to say, or the information you gathered. I received, or we could also say, I was dispatched. Dispatched. Now you might get some kind of feedback that supervisor may want it done, received a call, another one may say dispatched. So it's just going to depend. What I found was certain supervisors, or let's say my shift supervisors, when I would turn the report in, they may say, oh, that looks good, great, I like it. We may also end up having to turn that report into another shift supervisor. And that supervisor looks at it and says, well, this should be worded this way, that ain't the way we do it. Well, this is the way my supervisor, wants it done. But again, you got a different supervisor who may not practice it that way. It doesn't mean it's right, doesn't mean it's wrong. This is the way they do it. And I would have supervisors that would say, well, if if it's going to be turned in and accepted or signed off by me, then you need to add this, take that away, do it a certain way. So, whatever supervisor, if you're able and to learn the way they want things done, that could be an advantage where you don't have to go back and redo things. All right, so I'm going to say here, I was dispatched. Could use that. Give a little eraser right here. Then I might say, upon entering the business. Now, remember also that while we're writing this, there are other things that you might put in here, such as the name of the business. There are other ways that maybe this could be written that a supervisor may want it, or it could be fine either way. So where we received, we see here, I received a call to 240 Thomas Lane. I might say, I received a call to the above address, or the listed address, or to the listed business. Now, why would I say that? Well, our narrative outside of that, we're going to have areas in our report where we're going to put, the name of the establishment, the business, where it's located, the address, if it's a residence, we're going to have complainant, victim, witness, all this other information that's going to be in another part of the report. So, that information is already listed. So we may not want to list it again. So, I've seen where you know, reports are accepted in either of these formats, or again, it could be the way the supervisor wants it done. Upon entering the business, I found, and I'm just going to say, like, say this guy's name is Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith sitting on the floor in the dark. All right. You know, what about the door, you know, just being unlocked? Yeah, we want to put that in there too. And I might put that in the beginning, I might put it here. I found the door to be unlocked when I entered. Right, so you know, that might be something we want to, you know, we could put up here at the beginning, we could put it after, we can combine it. That's not necessarily saying one part is right, one part is wrong. Now, understand in the video there was a lot of things that didn't give us, so maybe we improvise and, you know, put, you know, some information in there, you know, kind of, improvise or improv or whatever as we go along, right? All right, so let's say I asked Mr. Smith what he was doing in the building. In the building. Mr. Smith stated, and this is something that we want to do. We want to say, you know, what the victim stated, the witness stated. You know, what did they say? Now, I'm not using quotes unless I am directly quoting something they're saying. But what he says here is, he was homeless. Or he is homeless. And was trying to stay out of the cold. Right? Mr. Smith further stated the door was unlocked. Okay? Now, I'm also going to put it, you know, information in there about when I opened the door, you know, it was unlocked, but was there any damage to the door, any forced entry, that kind of thing. So that'll come soon. That'll come soon. All right. Let's say the owner, let's say this is Mr. Jones of the business. Came to the incident location Mr. Jones stated that he did not know Mr. Smith, and he did not have permission to be inside of the business. Now, what I'm going to do is, one thing this does is it keeps me, on task and focused. So I'm going to erase this part of it, and we'll continue from this point here. After permission, he did not have permission to be inside the business. So we'll go with this, and we'll swipe this way. I'll let this big eraser. Let's clean this up real quick. Got a little technology, everything we're able to do with it today. All right. All right, Mr. Jones stated that when I directed him to the corner of the room, he saw 2 cartons of cigarettes, and a VHS recorder removed from the area or areas that they had been placed by the business staff. So maybe these items were, taken off shelves out of a back room where the office was, where merchandise was in a corner piled up. Of course, if you're in a building and you're trying to get away from the cold, you wouldn't necessarily be, piling these items up. So, that gives us more of our probable cause to say that, this is burglary. All right? Now, could this be criminal trespass or some issue like that? Sure it could. But let's look at what we've got so far. Okay. Now, one of the things that will be in the report itself will be the description of the items, like a carton of Parliament cigarettes, a carton of Marlboro cigarettes, an Emerson VHS serial number. The items, the description, as best as we can detail them, will be in the report. You might also see where that information may be in the narrative itself. All right? All right, business now. Right? Let's just say here the owner stated he wanted to prosecute Mr. Smith was arrested and charged for burglary. You know, depending on every situation will be different. If you're attempted burglary, breaking and entering, it depends on, you know, what jurisdiction you're in. Burglary. Mr. Smith was handcuffed and placed or put into the back of the patrol vehicle or my car, however you would like to put it. Another thing that we want to look at, we'll talk more about this later, things that we do that could you know, show liable or you know, you being liable for something, you know, such as an injury or something like that. You know, we want to put that stuff in the report too. Anything that's happened. So, you know, when you handcuff the person, they were handcuffed using proper handcuffing techniques. You placed your finger between, in right in there where the cuff goes, in the wrist to show there's some, you know, leeway and there's some movement. That you took your handcuff key there at the end or whatever you're using, and that you've locked the handcuffs so they don't clamp down on the person's wrist. All right? You may want to put that stuff in there. Departments may require that, some may not. Personally, I would put all the information in there so that that everyone could see this. Mr. Smith was booked into, I'm just going to say, the Fulton County Jail. Okay. Now, these things can also go deeper, based in, with items taken as evidence. If so, property receipt number, was it given back over to the owner? Was it turned back over to them? If so, in my experience, either way, we're going to do a chain of custody, and that information, all that will go in there. All right, so let's just erase this portion of it. Now this is, kind of simply put. Other stuff that we want to put in here is that on the door, or with the door, that we either did or did not observe damage to the door, where the damage was, if there was any. We're asking the owner, did you accidentally leave it unlocked? Did this person somehow have gotten a key? Where might that have come from? Are there any other possible suspects? Okay, so there is a lot of different questions that we may want to answer with this call. Some of this we just kind of throw in there because the video is only 4 minutes long, so it only gives us a little bit or so much information. So we expand on that some about what could be. So what we'll do is we'll show and do different exercises, different scenarios, where we'll see where, you know, stuff is added, that we may normally, you know, not have in a simple report. You know, a lot of your reports are gonna be the same, and by the way of that, I mean, like, if you had a theft, then, you know, we're gonna say, you know, you responded to this location, you know, the person who did conceal a pack of Marlboro cigarettes, you know, in their back pants pocket, and then left or attempted to leave the scene or did leave the scene without attempting to, you know, pay for the items. So, you know, you may have reports that are just really, you know, just a few sentences and that's simple. And then others will go way, way more in detail. All right, guys. So, you know, review and, you know, reflect on, you know, what we talked about today. And I'll see you in our next video.